Well, hello, Bethlehem Lutheran Church. As we move into the fall, we want to give you an update on how we are living out our mission as a congregation to follow in the way of Jesus as we worship, learn, pray, give, and serve together. In this update, I want to share with you information about Pastor Stephanie's upcoming maternity leave, Bethlehem's service in our community, our year-long focus on stories of residence, and a financial update as we near, as of the end of September. So here we go. Let's get started. So apparently you're having a baby, is that right?
Yeah.
So maternity leave is coming up?
Yes.
Hopefully November?
Hopefully November.
Okay. So what does that mean though about the ministries of Bethlehem that you are a part of?
Well, luckily we have everything taken care of. So the women's Bible study is still going to continue. That will actually be led by Elizabeth Strengy. And so we're super thankful that she is able and willing to help us out with that ministry. We have everything moving forward with all of our worship services, with an Advent small group Bible study that will be starting off on November 28th. So it's all looking good.
We have a group of pulpit supply pastors from around the area that will be filling in your absence as well for the worship leadership. So in other words, what changes with your maternity leave? Really, nothing.
Nothing.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Any words for people watching about after the baby comes?
Yes. So you will still see me on the online services occasionally while I'm on maternity leave. And you may see me in church also on Sunday morning. For me and my family, it's very important that we worship together as a family, and being a double clergy family, that doesn't happen very often. So we're going to take advantage of that. So you may still see me in church. The one thing that I'm going to ask, and this is not a dig on anyone, I know people love baby snuggles, but there's lots of germs out there. We know this. And so I will just ask you that you don't touch the baby or ask to hold the baby. You can look, and we will be more than willing to let you look, but please just don't ask to hold the baby.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the ministry update on your maternity leave.
Yes, and I'm excited that I'll be back, depending on when the baby comes. My maternity leave will start whenever the baby comes, and I will be back on January 10th to start full-time ministry again.
Let's talk about service in our community. Being a follower of Jesus is learning to experience the fullness and presence of God in and through our neighbors as we serve one another as Jesus served. In this space, the first of what will be several Bethlehem rummage sales kicks off, providing affordable yet essential items to our community. In this space, Unity of West Central Minnesota, a small church in the community without a facility, meets to worship. This is a new ecumenical partnership that emphasizes our commitment to work with area churches who aspire to share Christ's love with others in real and tangible ways. In this space, Food for the Soul cooks meals every week to feed those dealing with housing insecurity at the Helping Homeless organization in St. Cloud. Geis Harbor is a chef who has been cooking for homeless individuals in the St. Cloud area for 10 years. Each time he cooks, he prepares 40 to 50 meals from an extensive menu. His long-term goal is to own and operate a food truck that can help address food insecurity in our area. I mean, what an incredible partner to have here at Bethlehem. In this space, Bethlehem's faith formation groups have partnered with West Central Minnesota Humane Society in this fall to supply blankets, cat houses, dog bandanas, and more for animals looking for homes. We talk about how God's creation is good, and we are called to serve and care not only for human beings, but for all God's creatures. Let's talk about worship. We continue to offer both in-person and on-demand digital worship services at Bethlehem, centered around the theme of resonance. That is how God's story resonates with our story. At Bethlehem, stories matter because stories shape the way that we see ourselves, others, and the world, which is why every month for 1 year, we are committed to hearing stories from our community members of how an experience of God has resonated in their life, and in the sharing of that story resonates with our lives. I am grateful for all those who are willing to be vulnerable for the sake of our community and share their stories this year. Let's talk about Bethlehem's financial outlook. As of the end of September, our contributions are $28,000 below what we had budgeted for this year's ministry expenses. However, our ministry operation expenses to date are under budget. So as of the end of September, we have $51,000 more in contributions than we have expenses. To continue to provide excellent online and in-person worship, we have added 2 part-time staff musicians this fall and hope to add another staff person in the future to help us better minister online and tell our story and God's story to those beyond the Bethlehem community. We would like to close the year strong, meeting our budget, which enables us as a congregation to creatively innovate and recruit and retain staff as it relates directly to our ability to carry out our mission and ministry. As always, thank you so much for all of your generosity that makes what we do possible. Finally, I want to acknowledge that as much as so many of us wanted things to be normal in our life, in our school, in our community, in our church, they aren't. I mean, we wanted them to be normal by now, and well, they're not. There is so much that still feels off about life in general, maybe even your faith life. Many of you have been able to be back at Bethlehem or are engaging with us virtually, but I know others haven't for a variety of reasons. Things are different. We all have tried to develop new habits and ways of surviving life. Some of these changes might have been good, some are still really hard to accept. I want you to know that no matter where you are now or will be in the future, that God will continue to be there with you. And we as a church will continue to invite and welcome you as you are for who you are, as we all struggle and support one another with the new normal that is life. So, thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your support of the vision and mission and the ministry of this congregation, Bethlehem Lutheran Church. God bless.